So, hello again one more time. Today I will not be picking up any topics, but I will try to explain I will try to explain what happened yesterday. So, I will try to say the things that actually happened yesterday, and I will try to go through my each of the experience that I had on the February 1, 2026. So, my day started from the 9 a.m. in the morning as I woke up at 9 a.m. And the first thing that I did was I just went out of my room and then I became fresh and then I sat down for studying a probability and statistics. Well, I'm preparing for some math questions that will be appearing in coming days. So for that, I just did some probabilities questions and the study topic was like dependent and independent events. So I did some questions from that specific part of the probability. So after that, I just went to have my dinner, and then after dinner, since there was a little bit cold in my room, so I went up of my house and and then I just sat there to you know take some sun bath and yeah, I had just I on my top of my house I just took some of my phones. I mean some I took my phone along with my microphone, even though I took microphone with me, but that microphone was not used because I just spend whole of my time in the sun just watching my phone, and that was the time I had a little bit of relaxing. So after that, I saw some of the YouTube video and then I also started doing some practice for my English. Like I started just looking at the YouTube video where it gives some tips, where they give some tips regarding how do we improve our English communication. So basically I watched two video, and on the first video, for the first video that I watched, I did not remember what the first video actually told. But on the second video, I found that to improve our English communication, first of all, we should read the book, the text or paragraph aloud so that it will help to um, exercise our mouth muscles and it will be easier to speak or pronounce any type of words. And then on the second video after that, he said that the first step was to read the book, and the second step was to read the book in such a way like we are presenting those information to the people who are in front of us. So basically, for that, yesterday I had my tripod, and then the mic was then connected into my phone, and I just started reading New Yorker's post, New Yorker's article, which I had printed them about, which I had printed around 4 to 5 months ago, and those printed articles were in the physical form. So I just took out those articles and then started reading those articles in such a way that I feel like I am doing presentation, like I am explaining those articles to the people who are in the audience. So I studied about 3 pages. Basically I studied about 3 pages and I started to feel some exhausting, like I was a little bit exhausted, like I had like I started my throat started to little bit have some pain because I speak a lot yesterday just to read that article. By reading that article, so for that I took some rest, and then And then for during my rest, I had some people on my Telegram, or and I spoke with some people on my Instagram, and then I found a friend who is also willing to learn to speak. I mean, who is also willing to learn to speak in English. So we made a plan that we will be on the call, and then we will try to discuss, or I mean we will try to communicate with each other on random topics. Initially our you know our discussion started with why do you like started with, since we are going for the university, like he is also going to the same university where I am going. So basically he started asking me some questions like why did you choose this major specifically, and I also asked him like what was the reason behind choosing that major, and what was the first time when you earned specific money from that major. I asked him, and then we just little bit had some conversation, and I had to interrupt that call because I had some personal things to do. So I told him, let's pause this conversation for a while, and then we will continue again from 9 p.m. at the night. So I just left the call, and then I just completed some of the things that I need to do, like my I had there were some people came into my house, and then they asked me like to manage some of the mobile phone apps, like they were like there was some problem with the mobile phone, so they asked me to repair that. So basically that was the reason I should that was the reason, because of that I had to leave the call. So I repair that phone. Like there was little bit software issue, like there came a warning on the if we install the any kind of application from the Google Play Store, I mean Google Chrome, without using Google Play Store, then it gives a warning from the Play Protect. So just we there was a warning, and they were not able to remove that warning, and then we're not able to install that app. So I just removed that warning, and then they were successfully able to do the things where, and I mean they were successfully able to solve the problems they came here to solve me. So yeah, after that I again joined the call with my friend, and then we started discussing things like, first of all, the thing I right now do in this video, right? For example, I present my screen and I go to the ChatGPT and ask the ChatGPT to generate some random topics to, speak English, to have some topics to speak. So I did the same thing on the call. Like I presented my screen and I opened the ChatGPT, and then I just asked the ChatGPT to generate a random one topic to discuss, have some discussion. So our discussion started basically with the topic was like, um, it was like, what will be the, it was like, what is your opinion? Like, which planet will be the most favorable and most better for the human being if they move from this Earth? So basically, we two had our own opinion. He said about Mars, I also said about Mars, and I also shared with him about the frozen ice that are found on the poles of the Mars. And then we also discussed about the risk associated with, once we travel to the Mars and then return back to the Earth, because we may carry the virus or bacteria that are not available in our Earth, and that may pose some threat to our human civilization on our Earth. So basically, we discuss that things, and then we then move to the oceans. Like we know that there is only 2% of the oceans are being explored, and remaining 98% are being unexplored. So basically, we talk about those things. We talk about pressures, how the pressures are the one who is responsible for making ocean exploration difficult, and also we discuss about the rays of the sun, right right now we see things are bright even under the water, but if the depth of the water is really big, then the light of the sun cannot even reach to the bottom of the ocean. So we also talk about that, and also we also talk about the government policies to, I mean, encourage the ocean exploration that will, that we may find that is really, really, really may be helpful to our human civilization as well as overall this planet Earth. And then we moved our topic from the ocean exploration to the AI and technology, where we discussed about AI bubbles. We talk about NVIDIA, OpenAI, how they are connecting with each other, and then how I mean, you know, the shares of the NVIDIA as NVIDIA is skyrocketing. So we also discussed about that particular things, and then we also talk about dangers of AI. So yep, we discussed those things, and after the we discussed about any of the topics for about 45 minutes, and then we end the call. We ended the call. And after end of my call, little bit, I also had some I speak I mean I spoke a lot in that conversation. So basically I had little bit problem, like I started to have some pain in my throat, little bit throat, not so much, but it was a little bit pain was in my throat. So yeah, and then so to avoid that pain, I basically started using my phone. I just had some entertainment, like I just took some break, and after that I went to have dinner, and then yep, yeah, and this was the day how it went yesterday. So I believe yesterday was a little bit more productive than the any other day. So in the same way, I'm also planning to implement the things that are really important for improving the English communication into from today's as well, like to increase the time I give to speak English. So yeah, these were the things that happened yesterday, and yep, I believe that I will do the same thing in coming days to improve my English communication and basically definitely increase my flow with English. And I will, and then I will definitely I be able to speak more fluently and more naturally. So yeah, thank you.